Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen, and this is Baseball Collector.
Yo and hello everybody, good morning. It's Mike here, Baseball Collector, and it's Saturday morning. Got my coffee. And got a lot of cool stuff to show, lots of stuff. I had a huge last couple of days in the mail. Just a lot of volume of stuff, really. And, yesterday was Good Friday. And for me, this Easter weekend is one of my favorite holidays, just because of what it commemorates and what it means to me as a Christian. As a family, we on Good Friday always, and my kids are older, they're 20 and 18, so we as a family watch The Passion of the Christ, which is a Mel Gibson movie from, 10, 12 years ago, 14 years ago, whatever it was. And we do that just as a family, so it's a really special time for us. An important time, so that's always fun. So got a lot of stuff though to show, and okay, here we go. I'm gonna do some stuff this way, and then I'll flip the camera around for some cards. So I was watching a video by Reese, Indie Card Ranger, I think is his. I can't remember his channel name exactly, but his name's Reese. And he was showing these comic books, these baseball comic books, and for whatever reason, I guess I knew about them, but never thought to buy them. And I'm a comic guy too, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds coming together for me: comics and cards, and baseball, I guess, not really cards. And so I found this lot of comics, and they're these baseball. This is Baseball Superstars, and they're printed by, oh gosh, I can't remember the name. Revolutionary Comics, unauthorized and proud of it. And there's a whole bunch of these apparently. This is the Cal Ripken, and I've bagged and boarded them here. I got the Willie Mays, Baseball Legends. The other one was Baseball Superstars, so there's Willie Mays. And I read these. They're black and white on the inside, so it's kind of interesting. I learned so much about Sandy Koufax reading this one. It was so cool. So there's the Koufax. And then the last one that I got in the lot was Jackie Robinson. And I think I paid $11 shipped for all four of those in one lot. So I was like, okay, I'll give those a shot and try those out. And they're really cool. So I'm going to be looking for some more of those because I'm a completionist like a lot of us. And so if I get a few of them, it's like, well, why not just get all of them? I mean, that just makes sense to me. The other thing I got in the mail the other day, and oh my gosh, the REA catalog. So this looks like a giant JCPenney or Sears catalog that you'd get back in the day. It's huge, and it's a wonderful reference material. And the smell of it, man, you got your catalog when this comes in. This is their Spring 2020 auction catalog, which is started now, and I think it's got another week or so left. And oh my gosh, there's so much stuff on there that I would love. So maybe getting some REA stuff in a week or so. But I got that catalog. Again, great reference, great pictures and stories and stuff. It's really cool. And then the last thing I'm going to show this way is the biggest thing in terms of size. And it's this book right here. It's called Collecting Sports Legends, The Ultimate Hobby Guide. And so let me talk about this book. Joe Orlando wrote it. It says by Joe Orlando. I'm sure not everything in there is authored by him, but I know like Silver Jackify has this book in the background of his videos, or at least his last few videos. And what really inspired me to get it was Scotty Tradition. And Scott has it, and every time he gets a top 250 card, there's in this book a large section of it is dedicated to the top 250 cards in the hobby. And Joe Orlando came up with that list a long time ago. I think this book is from 08 or 09, if I remember right. And he created this list of the top 250 cards in the hobby. And he has a write-up on it and a picture and all that cool stuff. kind of like the 300 Great Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne. Very similar in style and type. And so in that, but what I didn't know, and so I bought the book for that because I saw Scott and he kind of directed me on where to find it, because I was looking for this book called 250 Top 250 Sports Cards in the Hobby and couldn't find it. Found out it was part of this book. I bought it, I think, for $6.88 shipped on Amazon. So, and it's a huge hardcover book, very heavy. So I thought that was you can find it really cheap if you look. And not only does it have the top 250 cards in the hobby, but it has the 100 greatest autographs, which I love that. And it's got greatest sets of all time and all these wonderful things about the hobby, which is why it's called the Ultimate Hobby Guide. And I now believe it. So much cool stuff, so many great stories. I definitely recommend getting it as a cool resource to have in your collection. Because I write mine up, like I mark mine all up. I'll put in there on the top 250. I'll highlight which cards I have and mark it up with what grade I have in each card and all that kind of stuff. Because to me, it's a reference, and a reference is meant to be used. And I mean, the book's not in pristine condition anyway, so the dust jacket's all kind of tore up a little, and that's fine because I'm using it as a working copy, so to speak, for my collection. So definitely something cool to look at. All right, now a bunch of cards. Let me turn this around. We'll take a look at those. Here we go. All right, first up, told you guys I was getting a few of these, and I'm not kidding around. There is a Mookie Betts autograph, and this is from Prism, Panini Prism, Fresh Faces. And I did not have a Mookie Betts autograph in my collection, and he was the 2018 American League MVP. I'm now up to over 90% of the players having an autograph that won an MVP award. So again, I'm pulling out a bunch of stuff and getting ready to create a showcase on the MVP autographs. I'm still trying to decide on a format for that, but this is a really shiny card. Really neat. It is a sticker auto, but again, that's not the worst thing in the world. It's numbered to 149, and this is from 2015. So I don't think it's a rookie, like a second year, I think, really, whatever it is for Mookie, but there is a Mookie Betts autograph finally in my collection. Then I had a run of this one guy who had all of these Hall of Fame player era autographs, and I must have been watching and following 60 or 70 cards. I ended up only winning 11 of them, only 11, and but they started going for just crazy money. So it's weird. I won like 5 or 6 88 Topps cards, Hall of Famers signed. So let's look at those. There's the Harold Baines that I got. Very nice. These are all just great player era stuff. There's a Goose Gossage. Beautiful signature there in blue. I got a Tim Rock Reigns. And these ended up being incredibly reasonably priced. Wade Boggs. Some of them were a little more pricey, but most of them were very reasonable. There's Alan Trammell, 88 Topps. 88 Topps Dennis Eckersley. People ask me all the time, well, how do you know that they're real? There's no COAs or anything like that. Well, you look at them and you have references and other autographs, and you just kind of look. It doesn't mean they're 100% real, but I bet if I sent these in, they would all be authenticated. There's Tommy Lasorda. And no, my plan is not to send these in to get slabbed, just because they're just fine the way they are. None of them are high dollar where I'm really overly concerned about it. Andre Dawson, the Hawk, and a couple of older ones. Those are the 88s. I got an 81 Topps Jim Palmer. I've always loved that card for some reason. Just love the picture and everything. The colors all work. I got a 79 Topps Rod Carew. The cards are in pretty decent shape, actually. And this one was my, oh, by the way, that was my second Rod Carew player era, and this is my first Ron Santo player era. And not always do ballpoint pens work. Actually, I don't even know if that's a ballpoint pen. No, it looks just like a thin felt tip marker kind of thing. But that's a really nice Santo autograph, perfectly placed on the 73 tops. And again, the card's in really good shape too. So there's Santo. Then I got 3 slabs that came in. Let's look at those. First up, 1965 Topps Al Kaline in an excellent mint 6. Just a very, very sharp card. I'm being surprising myself, I guess, with how really good these mid-grade cards can look if you're patient and find the right one. It's really surprising. You can find incredibly nice looking card. I mean, I look at this card and I'm like, that's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. And then I got a 1959 Topps All-Star Casey Stengel. I love the way the old professor's looking there, pointing. Love the All-Star cards from the late 50s. There's Stengel. And then the best All-Star cards to me are the 58s, which were the first ones. And here's the Eddie Matthews. And this is a 4, but God, look how well centered that is. The corners are actually sharp. There's some print dots down here, which may degrade the card. But again, if I can find cards that look like this in those grades, because the cost is in the grade, which is surprising on eBay. And if you can find a sharp looking example of a grade, man, go for it. Just get it. So there's Eddie Matthews. Again, another underrated guy in the hobby, in my opinion, but great card right there. So that is it, guys. Hope everybody has a wonderful Easter weekend. Fun with your family. Just hanging out and either, watching church online or whatever you're going to do. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. Keep collecting.